My name is Bailey Mitchell, and I was depressed, and this is how Christ changed my perspective. Romans 8:5 says, "Those who live according to the flesh have their mind set on what the flesh desires, but those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their mind set on what the Spirit desires." It all started my last semester of 8th grade, and my parents got divorced, and I was doing awful in school, and everything just started spiraling out of control. I had no idea who or what to lean on in my time of need. I looked to my girlfriend at the time to fill those holes that had started appearing in my life. I fully invested my mind and my emotions and my body into this relationship, expecting it to be the only thing that could satisfy my deep sadness. But when it didn't satisfy my needs and my sadness, it turned into a deep depression. I went back and forth with this same girl for a long time throughout high school. I experimented with drugs and alcohol throughout that same time. But everything dramatically changed when my cousin Austin asked me if I wanted to go to a youth group with him. I grew up going to church on a somewhat occasional basis with my family, Austin and his family, but I had never fully devoted my life to Christ until I got acquainted with what later became my church home. I met some great and loving people at my church in Greenwood, Indiana. A few weeks after I started attending and heard the good news of a God who loved me so much he had sent his only Son to die and come alive again to live inside me and wash away all of my sin. That is when I fully devoted my life to Christ and put my sinful self behind me. Instead of living for my body and myself, I was living in accordance with the Spirit and fulfilling God's plans for me.